As kids, I think we all love to mess around with cheats. Spawn a bunch of hydras, watch them explode and whatnot, but recently I had an idea come to mind. What if I activated every single cheat in the game? Would anything happen? Would I even be able to beat the game? Well, that's what we're going to find out today. Upon finishing the first cutscene, CJ will be ejected out of the police car and we'll finally be able to control him. This is where we'll be activating the cheats. Now, there are over 80 cheats in GTA San Andreas, and I'll be activating every single one. Well, except for the adrenaline cheat, since that one slows down the game, and I don't think that would be very enjoyable to watch. Also, I won't activate the never wanted cheat because that wouldn't make this challenge very, well, challenging. Alright, we've successfully activated all but one. Now we're ready. Not even 2 seconds after getting on the bike, I was left on 1 HP. Luckily for me, I had the infinite health cheat, Bagavix. Naming it the infinite health cheat might be slightly misleading, considering you're still vulnerable to explosions, fall damage, and for some weird reason, helicopter bullets? I quickly got on my bike and started pedaling. As I couldn't afford any more explosive damage, I opted for a safer strategy. Bunny hopping. And thanks to the bunny hop cheat, I am able to perform jumps at literal building level. Things were going fairly well until I did a mistimed bunny hop, which resulted in me getting kicked off the bike and almost getting run over by a tank. At this point, I don't even know how I'm still alive. I literally have 0 HP left. I pulled a quick big brain move on this tank driver who was trying to knock me off the bike. The military was placing a bunch of roadblocks around the map, but come on, I can reach the stratosphere with a single jump. As we were getting closer to the Grove, I thought it would be a good idea to pick up the police bribe to decrease my wanted level. This was a decision I immediately regretted. The FBI in these older GTA games consists of a bunch of blood-hungry maniacs who specialize in ramming their suspects to death. After they ram me, I get 1 HP back. I have no idea why that restored my HP. First mission complete. After starting the Ryder mission, I realized there's one more problem I'll have to deal with. The flying cars cheat. As the name implies, this cheat allows you to fly with any vehicle of your choosing, excluding bikes. However, we can get around this cheat by driving really slow. The cheat's effects won't actually trigger if you're driving slowly. After failing to blow up CJ and Ryder in Grove Street, Mr. LL Cool J decided to wait for us in front of Old Reese's to finish what he started. Luckily for us, the cutscene was triggered, and Mr. J got stuck in an infinite cycle, cursed to repeat the blank RPG animation over and over again. The rest of the mission went pretty smoothly, and not just this one. The next 3 missions were also fairly smooth. Things were looking good until...
Hey, I'll take a number 9, fat boy.
Ever wanted to have a true open-world gaming experience on your mobile device?
Hell yeah!
Well, worry no more. One State RP is a free online roleplay game where 500+ real players can coexist on a single map in real time. Create your very own character and embark on a journey of crime, police work, or anything in between. I mean, it's your choice. One State is a game where you can create your own story. You can create and customize a character to your own liking. Customization is kind of a big deal in One State. One of my personal favorite things is car tuning. You have a wide array of options to modify and personalize your vehicle. And thanks to a recent update, you can even create your own gang. They threw in gang houses and a gang shop. You can just chill with your homies or, you know, gear up and take over the entirety of LA. I think I might create my own gang. Yeah, I think I'll do that. One State RP is available on both your Android and iOS devices. Download the game now using my special link in the description, and don't forget to use the code VAMOSTGA to get a bunch of free goodies. You can redeem the code from this coupon thingy. A huge shout out to One State for sponsoring this video. I was kinda dreading the drive-thru mission. You'd think the biggest issue would be all the explosions, crazy NPCs and all that, but no. I was scared of something else. For all of you unfamiliar with the flying car cheat, this cheat doesn't just work for the player, it works for everyone, including the baller's car we have to chase in this mission. Despite everything I just said, this mission also went rather smoothly. I even had some help from a random security NPC. 9s and AKs was painfully easy since the cheats had 0 impact on gameplay. Sweet wasn't convinced we were serious enough when it came to representing the Grove, so he went to the nearest Binko and got some fresh new clothes for CJ. Hopefully he will take us seriously now.
Hey, look at them raggedy ass shoes, dog.
Drive-by was pretty straightforward. The cheats didn't cause much trouble outside of the flying cars cheat, which forced us to drive a bit slower, so we don't, you know, fly off into the air. The hardest part of Sweet's girl was steering the wheel. The Rapaza, combined with the drive-by camera cheat, kind of makes you feel disoriented. And at the very end of the mission, this happened.
Hey, I'm a Johnson boy.
Hey, I got unfinished business. Big love.
Guess he's dead now. Or not. The first lowrider mission went about as you'd expect. I almost flipped the car over though, so there's that. Now the second lowrider mission was truly an experience. First off, I thought the challenge was going to end here. Due to the drive-by cheat, I was unable to trigger the mission. Don't know if you've ever noticed, but if you attempt to trigger a mission while aiming a weapon, you simply won't be able to. I don't know why that happens, but it just does. The game seems to apply the exact same logic even while you're in a car. Fortunately, thanks to some big brain thinking on my part, I was able to trigger the mission by placing the car inside the marker and then entering. This way, the mission will start right before the drive-by cheat takes effect. In an attempt to reach the starting marker before Cesar, I got blown up by a rocket launcher. I also just realized that this was our first official death by an RPG. I'm honestly surprised it didn't happen sooner, considering every other person is carrying one. Now for the actual mission. It's a racing mission, and we have to finish in first place. We just have to drive really slowly. The flying car cheat will make the NPCs lose control and fly off into the sunset. And first place! Nice. Home Invasion plays out about the same. Same with Catalyst, although with one slight exception. As I was about to respray Ryder's picador, I accidentally did a little flip, and Ryder immediately died. He didn't die due to fall damage, no. He just died on the spot. I managed to stick the landing on my second attempt, and successfully completed the mission. I was saved the burden of having to kill this poor weekend soldier thanks to a random infernus that conveniently caught fire right next to the gate switch. The box stacking was kind of annoying due to the camera not being placed properly, but that wasn't the worst part. As soon as I entered the van, I was greeted with the worst camera position imaginable. I can barely see what's in front. All you see are boxes! Just as I was about to make my getaway, one of the military patriots rammed me on my right and instantly killed Ryder. The challenge has just begun. Driving on the road won't be an option, considering every vehicle that hits us immediately explodes and kills Ryder. So for my second attempt, I went off-road. And I mean off-road in the most literal sense of the word, because I was flying up until the very last moment it was safe to land. The Jeffrey mission was going well for roughly 20 seconds, until the invisible vehicle cheat came back for round 2. I managed to avoid oncoming traffic and successfully completed the mission on my second try.
Hey, excuse me, Jose. Yo soy el grande smokio, and I want that grass, comprende?
Hey, fuck you, cabron. What?
This poor Vagos member was trying to outrun a man who can jump 20 feet and has infinite stamina. Despite many people labeling it as one of the hardest GTA missions, it's actually quite easy. All you have to do is keep your distance and let smoke do the shooting. That's literally it. With that being said, let's see how well we fare when all cheats are activated. Despite talking all that talk a second ago, I actually failed the mission 3 times in a row. Yep. However, for my 4th attempt, I opted for a more strategic approach. I planned to utilize the ramp to jump on top of the train and spray the Vagos down with my Uzi, but something was not right. The train was moving way slower than usual. Nevertheless, I kept going. I wasn't able to make the ramp jump because the train was moving way too slow. Instead, I did the next best thing. I climbed up the stairs on the side and started shooting. It was also at this point that the train completely stopped. I felt ecstatic. This mission was about to be a free win, but little did I know, danger was looming around, just outside of my field of view.
Watch out! CJ!
Ah, man, that hurt. Damn.
Miraculously, the cop knocked me far enough and wasn't able to initiate the arrest sequence. I thanked the cop by not killing him and went on to finish what I started. The Vago on the right was no match for my dual Uzis. Now you'll notice that I didn't even bother killing the Vago on the left, but I had a good reason. This guy is a zombie. He won't die no matter how many bullets you shoot at him. This man is programmed to have a scripted death at this exact spot, so if the train is not moving, we know complete mission. I quickly jumped on the rails and went to force open the train doors. Unfortunately, the doors, they were not budging. I also realized why the train wasn't moving. The train engineer is gone. The riot cheat made him just quit his job and go on a crazy rampage. At this point, I was stuck. I can always restart the mission, sure, but I didn't want to waste a golden opportunity like this. Hours have gone by, and zero progress has been made. I began to shoot out of sheer desperation, which attracted some unwanted attention from our fellow cop.
Stop, police! Stop!
This failed arrest motivated me to drive back to Smoke's house and restart the mission, and just as I was about to do that, a familiar sound was heard. My guess is that I got far enough for the game's script to reset and respawn the train driver. I'm not going to question it, I'm just glad it's over. Just business went smooth as butter. The cheats don't really interrupt the gameplay in this mission. The game forces us to shoot the drive-by camera, which I'm more than accustomed to at this point. Life's a Beach marks our first mission for...
OG, no!
As the name of the mission implies, we drive to the beach, do a little dance, and steal the sound van. In fact, this mission becomes easier with cheats because we can just fly over everything and avoid dealing with angry DJ people. Mad Dog's Rhymes is a mission that introduces the stealth mechanics of the game. They're a bit bare-bone, but hey, it's a 2004 open-world game. Who cares about that? The game wants us to sneak around and stealthily deal with the bodyguards, and usually I would do that, but due to having the infinite health cheat, I can just blitz through the mansion without any worries and borrow Mr. Dog's book. Unfortunately, Jeffrey still wasn't satisfied. This time he wants us to do something more menacing.
Kill him? Well, I ain't mean date him.
We steal the bodyguard's car and carefully drive to the pickup point. After CJ refuses to unlock the manager's doors, panic ensues. The bodyguards attempt to stop us, but with all the cheats we have on us, their efforts would prove to be fruitless. However, things won't be smooth for much longer. In fact, this whole run is about to be put in danger. During this whole challenge, you may have noticed how the tires were constantly twitching and glitching. This is all thanks to one simple cheat, the drive on water cheat. This cheat gives you the ability to drive on water without the fear of drowning. It's a cool cheat, but it's going to give us a headache now. You see, in order to finish this mission, we have to dump the car into the water so the manager can DROWN. However, thanks to the drive on water cheat, something else happens. A minute had gone by and the car was still floating. 2 minutes, 3, the 4th minute. It appears that the game has a fail-safe if the cutscene drags on for too long. The car is still floating, and yet we passed the mission. A bit lore-breaking, but screw it. We got the mission done. Jeffrey gets fired from Burger Shot and invites us to his place for a party. Oddly enough, the Grove Street members didn't appear to be impressed by Jeffrey's skills.
Thought the motherfucking mic was broke.
Just as they were about to get some fresh air, the Grove was under attack by Ballas. Thanks to the infinite ammo cheat, we make short work of the Ballas with our RPG and reluctantly return to Loc's party.
Come on, let's get back to the party.
Shit, man, once Loc got off the mic, then the party got started.
This mission certainly burned my desire to play this game. Officer 10 Cents instructs us to grab a bunch of Molotovs he stashed and burn down a Vago hideout. No issues with the cheats so far. Even if we burn ourselves with the Molotovs, we have infinite HP. Unbeknownst to us, there's a girl inside screaming for help. CJ, being the gentleman he is, rushes inside with his fire extinguisher and saves the girl. Outside of Denise having dumb AI forcing me to constantly go back for her, the mission was going fairly smoothly. She gives CJ a kiss and asks us to drive her home.
Can't stop me or my message.
We safely land at her place, where she exchanges numbers with CJ and gets out. However, instead of going into her house, her AI gets stuck in a loop, and we have to watch her run up and down and up and down. It looks like the two Elvis brothers wielding RPGs catch her attention, and just as it appeared like the loop was about to be broken, yeah. But see, the worst part is that the mission doesn't even end. You can't go to the pause menu to load a save game. You can't activate the Sudoku cheat, and believe me, I tried. You're just kind of left there, standing, waiting for the cutscene to end. But the cutscene won't end. Never will. I picked up a police car on my second attempt for some strange reason. Maybe I was hoping that my chances of success would improve, but spoilers, they didn't. On my third attempt, she just went off screen, and again on the fourth. At this point, I realized something was terribly off with my game. I'm a bit of a San Andreas nerd, so I had a solid hunch about the root cause of this issue. The NPC riot cheat is the issue, sure, but that's not all. There's gotta be something more to it. And that's when I remembered something Mr. Vadamem said. He's a fellow GTA YouTuber, and I highly suggest you check him out. He mentioned how saving the game with cheats enabled ruins certain missions completely. This mission essentially becomes impossible to beat if you activate the riot cheat and save your progress. And that is exactly what I did. To see if this theory was true, I downloaded a non-cheated save file and activated every single cheat again, including the NPC riot. And now for the moment of truth. We did it, boys! The cycle is broken. This proves that it's possible to beat this mission with all the cheats activated. The only catch is that you can't save your game, at least until you beat Burning Desire. Gray Imports is pretty straightforward. I swiftly took down the Ballas and made quick work of Andre the Russian. Also, this one Balla member who was trying to escape the onslaught. And with that done, we reached the end game of Los Santos, kicking off with Doberman, a mission that introduces the gang war mechanic. You kill 3 enemy members on their own turf, and suddenly you find yourself in the midst of a gang war. Fortunately for Grove Street families, CJ is a one-man army, equipped with superhuman abilities. I was in a really disrespectful mood and decided that fisting them was the best course of action here. I even did it to the big guy. In Los Sepulcros, CJ, Sweet, and other Grove Street members launch an ambush on a group of Balla OGs during a funeral.
At a funeral?
At least that's what would have happened if I was actually able to start the darn mission. The NPC riot cheat broke their AI and left me unable to recruit them. I was, however, able to recruit them on my second attempt. And just as they were about to get in the car, this happened. And again on my third attempt. At this point, I realized that the cop had to go. I finally managed to safely recruit the homies and drove all the way to the funeral. And just as things were looking up, a random police car exploded in our faces. Luckily, no one was harmed. Attempt number 5. After safely driving to the funeral, once again, I took out all my anger and frustration on a bunch of mourning Bala members. The job was done, but it came at a great cost. Reuniting the families plays out fairly the same. The cheats don't really change much. My sanity is relieved knowing that I won't have to deal with RPG-wielding SWAT officers. With reuniting the families done, we reach the climax of the Los Santos story. The Green Sabre. Sweet orders everyone to get heated and meet up with him at Mulholland intersection. While on his way, Carl gets sidetracked by a call from Cesar. Cesar urges CJ to come and meet him, saying that he has to see it with his own eyes. And CJ reluctantly agrees. I think everyone knows what happens next.
Just watch, homie. What the? That's the mother Green Sabre.
Carl quickly realizes that Sweet and the rest of the homies were walking into a trap. He tells Cesar to take Kendall somewhere safe and heads off to save Sweet. Filled with anger, CJ abuses his explosive car privileges and blows up everything in sight. Yet another mission made easier, thanks to all the cheats. Not wanting to abandon his family again, CJ sticks by Sweet's side to the end.
You got a bag over your head, boy. How you feel about that?
Man, take it off. Please, man. I can't breathe. Please.
Oh, all right. But only because you said please.
So far, we've had quite a few missions that nearly ruined the challenge. It was a lot of fun, but also quite stress-inducing. The first part of the Los Santos storyline with all cheats activated has successfully been completed. Join me next time as I tackle the not-so-sunny San Fierro.